very often, the great discoveries, unexpected discovery happens in sort of unstructured circumstance where, for example, condensed matter physicists and string theorists happen to meet over coffee and chat with each other and then discover that they have some common knowledge, even from coming from different areas. So I see that this institute is set up to encourage such interaction, and I admire the vision of Spencer Wadia.
ICTS has a mandate which is rather unique in India compared to other institutions, because it combines in-house research with programs as well as, of course, outreach. In this sense, it is more like KITP in Santa Barbara, US, and ICTP in Trieste. Programs that are held here are for different durations. And there are different kinds of programs. There are some programs that run for several weeks to months, while there are others that run for just a few days. And then we also have programs that are centered around lectures, few lectures given by a special invitee, an expert in his or her area of research.
ICTS programs are of different kinds. There are ones which are schools, in which primarily there are mini courses by lecturers, and the idea is to train people, a younger generation of scientists in India. And there are some very successful schools we have been running, like the Winter School in Biology, in quantitative biology, in cooperation with the International Center for Theoretical Physics in Italy. Then there are other programs which have primarily a discussion. They are of what is called a discussion meeting format, which is often short. It could be between 3 days to 2 weeks or so, in which on a very specialized, probably subtopic, one gathers a group of excellent researchers from India as well as from abroad, all over India as well as from abroad, to basically come here and engage in discussions which would lead to collaborations, which would lead to new ideas. And finally, we have somewhat more traditional sort of symposium style programs in which there's a packed schedule of talks by researchers presenting the latest findings that they have.
Organizing of programs happens in several steps. Proposals are received online by ICTS. Any 2 or more faculty working in India and abroad can submit proposals. There is a preliminary processing which is done through the Office of the Dean Programs and Activities and Director's Office. And then the proposals go to the Program Committee of ICTS, which consists of experts in different areas. And their input is then passed on to the proposers. They may have some concerns or they may have suggestions for improvement. So once a modified proposal addressing these concerns is received, the proposal is accepted as a program, and then it goes to the program office so that arrangements can be made.
We divide each program into 4 stages. The first is proposal processing. It starts once we receive any proposal, and it includes reviews and budget preparations. Next stage is before the program begins. It usually starts once the proposal is accepted as an ICTS activity till a couple of weeks before the program begins. It includes taking approvals, application process, web page maintaining, and other tasks. Basically, a lot of interactions with program participants and organizers. The next stage is during program, which is a couple of weeks before the program begins till it ends. It includes doing logistic arrangements in coordination with different sections, and also interacting with speakers and participants before their arrival and during their visit. And the final stage is after the program ends. We collect feedback, follow up, and maintain statistics for each and every program. Basically, the office at any point simultaneously handles around 20 programs divided into these 4 stages that we have discussed.
ICTS programs also include 3 named lectures in honor of Subramaniam Chandrasekhar, Srinivasa Ramanujan, and Alan Turing. The Chandrasekhar lectures mainly deal with physical sciences, Ramanujan lectures with mathematical sciences, and the Turing lectures deal with computer science, engineering, biology.
These named lectures are also often accompanied by a discussion meeting. A set of three lectures is given by the principal speaker, and the discussion meeting is in an area around the subject of those lectures.
And this has been an extremely successful ICTS program, and it has drawn enormous number of very talented other distinguished scientists besides the named lecture speakers to come to the ICTS. And it also has a large student and postdoc and young researchers involvement to make them familiar or to expose them to really cutting edge research in those areas. We also have other lectures like the Abdul Salam Memorial Lecture, Einstein Lectures. We have a very successful outreach program called Copy with Curiosity in Bangalore. And we also organized a math exhibition actually a few years ago in the Visvesvaraya Technical Museum, which drew a crowd of almost 32,000 people over a week or so.
As far as programs are concerned, we have a very modern auditorium complex. There is an auditorium there which is 300-seater, and there are two lecture halls, Ramanujam 100-seater and Madhava, which is 50-seater.
Theoreticians, theoretical scientists often thrive on such discussions. This is where they get stimulated by new ideas, they bounce their ideas off other people, and ICTS would like to be the platform for such activities. We would like to see eventually longer programs in which people come and spend a long period of time here and actually carry out research here. People sort of strike up new collaborations and use the time away from their home institutions to come up with new ideas.
The fact that such programs, that there is a place where such programs are happening on a regular basis in a diverse set of areas is actually very helpful for the country, because this gives the opportunity for a large number of students, faculty members, students to be trained in these programs, in these schools, and faculty members to participate in workshops, discussion meetings, and so on.
These programs are programs that bring people from across the world into one platform. Okay, and these programs serve a very important function, especially in research areas in which are quite specialized. People often tend to be quite isolated in their own little research groups. It's very important for such people to meet often, to exchange ideas, to communicate their work, to generate collaborations, and just to gain enthusiasm.
I think investing in these programs is very important for the long-term health of the Indian scientific community. And besides, many of the program participants, very often very good public speakers and good communicators, we get them to give talks for the public to make the public aware also of the exciting developments in science. So that way, I think the amount of money which is spent in these programs is a relatively small amount of money, but has potentially large returns in human knowledge capital development.